Arkansas. Most people hear the name and think hillbillies, farmland, and Bill Clinton. Just another forgotten southern state, right? Wrong. Because Arkansas has the only public diamond mine on Earth, where you can keep what you find. It contains a mountain range that runs backwards east to west, while every other range in North America runs north to south. And it has more than 9,700 miles of rivers packed into a state most people couldn't find on a map. This isn't just cornfields and country music. It's a state where ancient mountains formed when South America collided with North America, where hot springs erupt at 143 degrees, and where geologists fly in from around the world to study formations found nowhere else on Earth. Today, we're counting down 15 facts about Arkansas. And by fact number 1, you'll understand why Arkansas is nicknamed the natural state, and how this overlooked state contains more geographic weirdness than most people ever discover. The final facts will prove it. So hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss more wild geography from across the world. Number 15. Arkansas borders 6 states, more than almost any other state. Arkansas shares borders with 6 states: Missouri, Tennessee, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, and Oklahoma. Only Missouri and Tennessee border more. Sit in the center of Arkansas, and you're within a day's drive to the Gulf Coast, the Great Plains, and the Appalachian Mountains. That's not geography. That's a crossroads hidden in plain sight. Number 14. The state has 9,700 miles of rivers, enough to stretch across America 3 times. Arkansas contains over 9,700 miles of rivers and streams, enough to stretch from New York to Los Angeles 3 times over. The Arkansas River alone runs 1,450 miles, the longest tributary flowing into the Mississippi-Missouri system. Over 600,000 acres of lakes cover the state. That's not water management. That's a continental drainage network in one state. Number 13. Crowley's Ridge is a geological anomaly, a 150-mile ridge rising from dead flat delta. Crowley's Ridge is a narrow wind-deposited ridge running 150 miles through the flat Mississippi Delta of eastern Arkansas, rising up to 200 feet above the surrounding plains. It formed from sediment blown in during the Ice Age. Picture driving across Kansas's flat farmland. Then out of nowhere, a ridge appears, covered in trees, rising 2 stories above the plain. That's not topography. That's a geographic plot twist in flat country. Number 12. Mount Ida is the quartz crystal capital of the world. The Ouachita Mountains around Mount Ida produce some of the finest quartz crystal specimens on Earth. Crystals here grow to several feet long. Collectors and geologists travel from Japan, Germany, and Brazil specifically to dig these hills. Arkansas quartz has ended up in laboratories and museums worldwide. That's not mining. That's a geological treasure buried in the middle of America. Number 11. Hot Springs National Park is one of the smallest national parks, and it's inside a city. Hot Springs National Park covers only 5,554 acres, one of the smallest national parks in the United States, entirely surrounded by a city. 47 hot springs flow from Hot Springs Mountain at a constant 143 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to cook an egg. Franklin D. Roosevelt, Babe Ruth, and Al Capone all bathed here. That is not a park. That's a geological accident that became a national institution. And the geographic weirdness is just getting started. Number 10. The Ouachita Mountains run east to west, the only major range in North America that does. Every major mountain range in North America runs north to south. The Rockies, the Appalachians, the Sierra Nevadas. The Ouachita Mountains in Arkansas run east to west. That's it. The only major range on the continent oriented horizontally. The Ouachitas formed 300 million years ago when the South American plate collided with North America from the south, squeezing rock into folds that run perpendicular to every other American range. That's not a mountain range, gang. That's a continental plate collision frozen in stone. Number 9. Arkansas is the only place on Earth where the public can mine diamonds and keep them. Crater of Diamonds State Park near Murfreesboro is the only diamond-bearing site in the world open to the general public. You pay a small entry fee, you dig. If you find a diamond, you keep it. Since the park opened, over 35,000 diamonds have been found by visitors. The largest diamond ever found in the United States, the Uncle Sam diamond at 40.23 carats, came from this site in 1924. That's not a state park. That's a diamond mine with a picnic area. Number 8. Mammoth Spring produces 9 million gallons of water per hour. Mammoth Spring in North Arkansas pumps out 9 million gallons of water every hour, one of the largest springs in the world. The water emerges at a constant 58 degrees Fahrenheit year-round, 9 million gallons per hour. That's 150,000 gallons per minute erupting from the ground. That's not a spring. That's a natural fire hydrant. Number 7. The Buffalo River is one of the last free-flowing rivers in the lower 48 states. The Buffalo National River runs 135 miles through the Ozarks without a single dam, one of the few free-flowing rivers in the lower 48 states. The river carved bluffs rising over 400 feet from the valley floor, taller than a 44-story building. Pure limestone sculpted over millions of years. Paddle the Buffalo River and you're floating through a canyon that existed before European contact. That's not a river, gang. That's living geology. Now, before we get to the top 6 facts that prove why Arkansas is the natural state, remember to subscribe and hit that bell. These final facts will blow your mind. Number 6. The Ozarks are not mountains. They're the oldest exposed plateau in North America. Most people think the Ozarks are mountains. They're not. The Ozarks are a massive plateau, one of the oldest exposed landforms in North America. Bedrock formed 500 million years ago. Rivers carved it into terrain that looks mountainous, but it's geologically a table sliced up by water. That is not a mountain range. That's erosion pretending to be mountains. Number 5. Arkansas contains 6 completely different geographic regions in 53,179 square miles. Arkansas packs 6 distinct geographic regions into 5,179 square miles, smaller than North Carolina. The Ozark Plateau, Ouachita Mountains, Arkansas River Valley, Gulf Coastal Plain, Mississippi Alluvial Plain, and Crowley's Ridge. Drive across the state and you'll cross ancient plateaus, mountain ridges, river valleys, pine forests, and delta farmland. More geographic variety than most states 3 times the size. That's not a state. That's 6 landscapes fighting for space. Number 4. Arkansas's novaculite is found nowhere else on Earth and sharpens the world's best knives. The Ouachita Mountains produce novaculite, a dense silica rock that makes the world's best whetstones. Known as Arkansas stone, it sharpens blades for chefs, surgeons, and craftsmen worldwide. The entire global supply of commercial-grade novaculite comes from Arkansas. Geologists still debate how it was formed, because that's not really a stone. That's a geological monopoly. Number 3. The Arkansas River flows into the Mississippi, but it started 1,450 miles away in Colorado. The Arkansas River begins at the 10,000-foot elevation near Leadville, Colorado, drops through Pikes Peak country, cuts across Kansas, and enters Arkansas before joining the Mississippi. From Colorado to the Delta, 1,450 miles. The river drops 9,400 feet, more than 6 feet per mile on average. The same water that started near a Colorado ski resort ends up trickling into the Mississippi Delta. That's not a river. That's a transcontinental conveyor belt. Number 2. The interior highlands are the only major upland region between the Rockies and the Appalachians. The Ozark and Ouachita Mountains form the U.S. interior highlands, the only significant upland region between the Rockies and the Appalachians. That's a 2,000-mile corridor of flat plains with one geological exception, Arkansas. The interior highlands rise from the Great Plains with no warning. You're standing on the only highland between two of America's greatest mountain chains. That's not geography, gang. That's the loneliest mountain system on the continent. And number 1. Arkansas contains mountains, diamonds, free-flowing rivers, ancient plateaus, and world-exclusive geology, all in 5,179 square miles. After 14 facts, here's the truth. Arkansas packs 6 geographic regions, the world's only public diamond mine, the only east-west mountain range in North America, 9,700 miles of rivers, and rock formations found nowhere else into 53,179 square miles. Drive across the state and you'll cross ancient plateaus, collision zones, quartz fields, and free-flowing rivers, all shaped by 500 million years of geology that most people walk right past. So now you understand why Arkansas earned the nickname the natural state, because the nature here isn't scenic backdrop, it's the main event. Arkansas isn't just farmland and forgotten roads. It's the only place on Earth you can mine diamonds on a Tuesday. The only state with a mountain range running in the wrong direction, and home to a rock that sharpens the world's finest blades. After learning these 15 facts about Arkansas, tell us which one shocked you the most. Drop it in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep exploring how geography shapes the world. See you in the next one.